Anyway, saving Anaheim. It was requested. It was kind of a joke at first, but yeah, we're doing this. Just like with Edmonton, it'll be up on YouTube, of course. Just like with Edmonton, I don't plan on being like, oh, I'm going to trade Kessler and this guy all at once. We're going to take our time. These things take time. Tight, thank you for the follow. So there's that. Yeah, the song's actually torture. Good. It should be torture. The fine world of EA background noise. Anyway, owner mode's going to be off. That's going to be off. Player morale is going to be off because I just don't have time. Fog of War is going to be off because, again, it's great for when you're not on YouTube or Twitch. And it's just a massive pain in the ass otherwise. So there's that. Let's see what we have here. We're going with default presets. We're going through the... injuries are going to be off because why the hell not? But we're going through the base setup here so people can't be like, well, you did this and that's why it was easy. Which people say no matter what happens, no matter how I build a team, and no matter what the style of series is. So, you know, it's okay. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, goodness. Authenticate penalties. I mean, everything here is pretty much good anyway. So, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Good old trade difficulty up to hard. And we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Adam as well. It'll pop up in a second. Thank you for the follow. It is appreciated. Got the SHL and North American Leagues left to edit. Getting so close to your roster, taking a lot of time. You don't say. You don't say. Cofster, that's awesome though. Oh god, the joys of roster editing. Like, it's tedious for me because I have to do a little bit of research, right? Like, I'm the one that has to do research, so it's tedious for me. But then you factor in, you know, someone else just having to copy and paste everything. Good lord. Good lord. It has to be. It has to be so bad. And I wish roster sharing was in. Do you think KHL Draft to Glory would realistically work in FHM? Define KHL Draft to Glory. Just the Draft to Glory in the KHL? Yeah. Why wouldn't it? It would work the same way as it would in the NHL. Lighting looks good. Lighting looks nice. Good. Glad to hear it. Made the money well worth it, I guess. It's gonna get better, though. It's gonna get even better. I'm too close to broke to add the final piece to the puzzle, but we'll be adding that final piece to the puzzle soon. Oh, God. We're doing this. We're fixing Anaheim. Hooray. One step at a time here, though. And the first step, no doubt, set up the trade block. When in doubt, set up the trade block. And much like we did with Edmonton, again, I'm not immediately going to trade Cam Talbot and Chris Russell and Milan Lucic. I'm going to let the AI come to me. And we'll work out these deals as we go along. What was the last NHL with roster sharing? It has never been a thing. It has never been a thing. The closest we had to it was a little sub-community. Mainly the guys... Well, Operation Sports had some people, but then there was also Peter Puck. And there were ways on the 360, and I think the PS3, but there were ways on the 360 to essentially share roster files. There were a couple of steps in between, though, that kind of sucked. But, you know, is Edmonton done? Edmonton is not done. We are going to be alternating between Anaheim and Mafia, Edmonton and Resident Evil 2. That is the plan on Twitch in the meantime. So there's that. I don't like how bright Tugi's room is now. I liked when he was in a dungeon streaming for us. Well, I mean, all I would have to do is just do this. And then the camera will auto-adjust, and we're back in the dungeon, baby! We're back in the dungeon! I'm gonna plug this back in, though, because it looks a lot better. Happy. See? Isn't that better? And then it auto-adjusts, and it's perfect. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Am I playing the Division Beta this weekend? I want to, but I don't think I'm going to be able to, because you have to have it pre-ordered. I don't have it pre-ordered, because I went for lighting upgrades instead, like a good person. So, I don't know. I really want to play the Division. I just flat out don't have the money right now. I'm not going to beg for money. I'll get to play the Division eventually, and to answer your question, Knucklehead, yes, of course I'm getting MLB 19. Of course I'm getting MLB, and of course I am Going to be getting the Division 2 when it comes out, and we'll be playing the hell out of that. So, actually, in fairness, we're probably going to be alternating quite a bit between like FHM and the Division once that comes out. So we'll see. We just see FHM is $10 until the 11th. Pick up FHM. You should do it. So yeah, each person who pre-orders gets 3 keys to give to friends. If someone has a spare code after pre-ordering, hi, I'm here, your friendly neighborhood streamer. That would be cool. That would be nice. I wish that beta was next weekend because I'd get paid and I'd be able to afford it. But yeah, right now it would not be a good idea. And it wouldn't be a good idea because I literally can't afford it. So, yeah. Ducks can't score and allow 4 or more goals a game. Then comes GM2 to save the day. Well, save the day makes it sound like there are going to be immediate improvements. We're probably going to have to go the way of the Oilers and suck for a couple of years. And hit it big in the draft and free agency. But, you know, slow and steady. Remember when Israeli-born David Lavin of Sudbury was supposed to be a top pick? I do. Because he was a top pick in the OHL draft, wasn't he? He went number 1, I think. Don't quote me on that. Oh, boy. Now, that's a thing, right? Because people have been like, hey, you should, you know, and Tactics does this too, but people have been like, hey, you should do the kind of like, you know, hockey-related quizzes and stuff like that. About time it was like, hey, guess the number 1 pick in the OHL draft each year, dating back the last 30 years. I'd be fucking lost. I wouldn't know at all. The number 1 pick in NHL history, you know, for NHL drafts, I could probably be relatively successful. But GM2 has already fired Dump and Chase Randy. God, that should be his official nickname. Lavin did go first. Hey, there you go. I love getting paid and the money's out the window within seconds. Oh yeah, that's every paycheck for me. Every single one. 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 3 more scouts. Every scouting department needs a good herald, by the way. Every single scouting department needs a good herald and a Gilbert. Although it's Gilbert Leclerc, probably. And that just makes it sound 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better. Sip a Palmer, because I need my minimal amount of caffeine. At least it's not as bad as Red Bull or soda, but still, it's probably going to kill me. Oh, goodness. Head coach Torf Munkus. If you want my Division 2 code, I can give it to you. I'm not able to play this weekend, never would. Wooly, you would be an amazing person. You would be an amazing person. Send me just a basic message on Twitter. I'll follow you. We'll get the DMs working. I will draw. I will slide into those DMs. And I will make it up to you at some point. Because you would be a beautiful person for doing that. And it would be very helpful. Because I know once that beta's out, I'm going to be very upset that I can't afford to play it. Although, granted, I should totally get that beta for free because I was involved in the beta for the first game. I have like 20 days on the first game. Give me credit, damn it. Better show him a nipple. Nah. We'll work something out. Alright, so. First things first here. In the whole fixing of the Anaheims. We have 48 contracts, which kinda sucks because of the exceptional or the exemption list for 50 contracts. We have some players unsigned that I would love to be able to sign, and we're not going to be able to do that, i.e. Max Comtois. Well, granted, I could sign Comtois. Probably will. Yeah, probably, yeah, Max Comtois is being signed immediately. Of course, in real life he's signed, but again, if you're not aware of the exemption list, it's weird. EA doesn't factor it in. It's weird, and all it is weird. Got it? Good. Let's see. No, that is not what I wanted. I'm losing it. Roster moves. Thank you. Menu lag. You're great. Anyway. So, the game plan here, fairly simple. John Gibson's not going anywhere, regardless of the offer that we get. I'm going to stay loyal to the fact, of course, that he has that contract extension. Ryan Miller might probably leave at some point. I'm not entirely sure. This goaltending situation is a mess in terms of depth, but we have John Gibson, so that's good. Defensively, I mean, it's looking rough. It's looking rough. We're gonna call up Delzaster, which, you know, I know we're saying this is fixing Anaheim, and technically I'm calling up Michael Del Zotto, but trust me on this. It's gonna take a little bit of time. All right, just give it a couple of seasons. We might be able to make it work. I hope. Let's go 10, 11, and 12 with Rowney. Gibbons, you need to go down. Rasmus Dahlin for Calder. I guarantee that's Architect. I guarantee that's Architect. Bet my life on it. I'm tempted to send down Daniel Sprong as well until he actually jumps to NHL caliber. Wait, we would be under the limit. Would we be, though? I don't know if we would. Yeah, we'd be one under the limit. Who do we have that we can call up? Comtois. That's right. Maybe even Derek Grant. I don't know. We'll see what this ends up looking like. So, that is our top 10. 11, 12. Oh, boy. Carter Rowney. Sorry. You're going down, son. You're going down. Don't worry. We'll be making trades in no time. Load a new standard game. Current day rosters. Rules say no draft. I'm so far behind on the FHM discussions going on in chat. But that's okay. Elite 1C, Derek Grant. I'll play him there, too. Just you watch. I wonder if I should turn on injuries just for how injury-prone some people can be. We're going to go Lindholm, Montour. Maybe. Montour's not going to get that much better. Lindholm, Manson. Fowler, Montour. Delzaster, and Schuster. Oh, my God. That might be the worst third pairing defense I've ever had. And we run 60 overalls when we start a Draft of Glory. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Kessler's still listed as a third liner, huh? That's not good. But that's okay. And Kosh is listed as a third liner too, huh? Alright, I'm gonna do something horrible. Alright? I'm gonna do something horrible. Kessler's going up to the second line. Kessler's going to be a second liner for us right now as we try to prioritize the development of some of our players. Comtois will be on the fourth line with Grant and Eves. We'll have Richie Shore and Kasha, which, again, I'm kind of worried for Kasha because where's the offense going to come from? We're going to give him power play time, though. Let's see. We're going to go probably Henrique on the wing, Kessler, Silverberg, Raquel, Getzlaff, and Perry. God, this team. You watch, though. We're going to make the playoffs. Just because of how this game works, we're going to make the playoffs, and it's going to be terrible. We're not going to be able to complete our mission. It's not going to happen. Unless we start getting a ton of trade offers. So goalie-wise, Jeff Glass is there. Boyle is 26. Redmond, you're just... I know your name is Angus, and I'm a big fan of that, but it's not going to happen. So that's all right. And as far as making sure that everyone in the lineup is someone who can develop, Corbinian and Holzer, you might be the healthy scratch, man. Or not, because Keaton Thompson probably not going to develop. So we'll just leave the roster as is. Jake Dotchin and Jacob Larson. What a pairing. What a combination that is. The Gulls are going to make it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Oh, God. Luke Gastic's on this roster? Really? Wow, Max Jones is a healthy scratch by default. That's not good. It's not good at all. Troy Terry's also okay, you know, it's a good thing we put a little bit of time and effort into the AHL lineup to start. Because it's rough. Very, very rough. Kelly Casilla is 25. Isaac Lundstrom is not, and he needs to be playing. Corey Trop, former Portland Pirate, by the way, but that's okay. He can still be a scratch. Kopaka is going to need to be in the lineup. Wow, I don't think I've ever had to change out this many players. Adam Cracknell. I'm so glad I held off on saying what I was about to say. So glad. So glad. Like, what do you think his hockey nickname is? Is it Cracky? Is it Cracker? What does Adam Cracknell get called? Former Portland Pirate and no dance. Who are you? That was for the old. That was for the roster editing, though. Was that first round pick Max Jones? It was. All right. It's either Street or Kevin Roy. I think. I'll probably take out Ben Street. Craxy. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, crack pipe. Yeah, I don't think they went that direction with the nicknames. I don't think they went that direction with it. Fiore's High HL top 6. Jared Thomas. And who do we have at center? Do we have... I think Dosty is going to need to get into the lineup. Because he is 25. They have a lot of forward options. Good lord. Yeah, Alex Dosty needs to make it into the lineup. Damn. Blow this team up. That's the plan. We'll see how quickly it happens. Just checking a couple of things. Let's see. Aren't one of you is capable of being a center? Yeah, Sidorov can be a center. Cool. Let's drop. Rowney. Screw it. We'll go by overall. We will go by overall. It'll be fine. Do we have technically a winger there? We don't. I'm gonna bump Lundstrom to center, and that should work. A lot of young talent down in San Diego, which, you know, that's alright. We don't have to completely tear down the team. Have Kessler on the block. I mean, everyone's on the block. We're listed as contenders, funny enough. But literally, every player is on the block, as we normally do. So, as we normally have. Free agents we can't worry about. We're pretty much good to go. Again, I'm not going to immediately tear down the roster. We're going to see how the roster does on its own. I do have to set up the scouting, actually. But we're going to see how the roster does on its own. And we'll take it from there. If we get certain trade offers that look like something we want to do, we'll do it. But I'm not going to be like, here, I'm going to trade Ryan Kessler immediately and screw over some team. Nah, we are going to stay loyal to it. Put a hockey team in Oakland. The San Francisco, or the Oakland Raiders of San Francisco. God, the Oakland Raiders. The Raiders organization in general. I hope they have to play in a high school. At a high school field for the Oakland Raiders. Let's do it. Oh, goodness. Alright. Let's see what we got. The one thing stopping us from getting going here, though, is I have to set up the scouting. So, let's do it. Let's do it. Convert any centers to face-off rating of 6-7 to wing. It's pretty much what I do. Alright. So, obviously we don't need NHL scouts. Fog of War's off. So, who wants to go to the W? Who has a good rating for the W? A+, Mr. Stahlberg. You get to go to the W. Congratulations. AJ, they're not confirmed to be playing there because apparently the Niners are going to try to block them from playing there. So there's that. Ever do an expansion series in Hamilton and only draft players from the Bulldogs? That is oddly specific. Like, that's even more specific than the Seattle Sea Cattle, limitations. Which, yeah, that was pretty limiting. So, shout out to the Bengoa Bros. Channel Legends. Well, kind of. Hey, you're going to the O. Congratulations. Congratulations, you get to go to the O. To the OHL. San Francisco mayor doesn't want them there. Nobody wants them there. Who would want the Oakland Raiders? Why are we just randomly taking shots at the Oakland Raiders? Which is great, because one of my best friends is a big Raiders fan, and I make fun of him for it all the time. Not all the time. Not all the time. But, you know. I respect him for not being like, the Patriots are really good. I live in the heart of Patriots country. I'm going to be a Patriots fan. So I respect him for that. And other things, of course. We need another U.S. Central. I'm going to go with multiple American scouts here, I believe. Instead of the multiple European scouts like we had done last time. Anybody go to U.S. Central? Scott Finger, brother of Jeff, former Leafs great. Alright, we'll be looking for 2 U.S. Wests and 2 U.S. Easts. Only have rest of world scouts. That's not an idea for a series because it would be pointless. Because there's very rarely players in the rest of world category. So basically you'd be saying, don't scout anybody. That would be the series. It wouldn't be, only have rest of world scouts. It would be, don't have any scouts at all. Because it wouldn't work. It just flat out wouldn't work. Alright, we need a US West. A US West. Anybody good in the US West? Hello, Christopher Braun. You're going to US West. Oh, I wish it was a little bit easier to set this up. But, you know. It's okay. Fog of War, no scouting series. I mean, the only thing you'd be able to do is just select pretty much the highest rated player on Central Scouting that fits your need of a forward or a defenseman. So, it would literally be just blind luck. The series. Coming to Toogie24's channel near you. Because someone will jump on that idea if I don't. Damn it. Now I have to do that. There's so many different... And if I wait to do it, then there will be a problem. God damn it. Every time I'm like, okay, I think I have everything sorted out. People are like, hey, let's do this series idea too. And then it's a really good idea. We need another US West. Oh, Christ. Alright. Josh David, you have 2 first names, sir. I hope you know that. You have 2 first names. Oh, God. So when the hell am I going to do that series? Do I do that instead of another straightforward? Is that a short-term series like this, and then we eventually bring it in as a long-term series? God damn it. We need 2 US Easts. Hold on. Who wants to go to the US East? It's a great place, I can confirm. Marshmallow. I don't know if that's a good idea for a series, if I'm being honest. I mean, it would basically be letting the AI draft for me. Because it would be off of Central Scouting. So that might be better as a short-term, you know, test it out on Twitch, see how it does kind of deal. But it would basically be letting the AI scout for me, which might not go well, to be honest. Milbury Mode 2.0. Yeah, pretty much. It'd be a modified version of Milbury Mode, except I'd still be allowed to set... Well, no, it would be Draft to Glory, wouldn't it? Fuck. Ugh. That'd be a nightmare. That series would be a nightmare. I don't know if we'd be able to get it to work. At all. Alright, so the good thing is we have 2 Liga and 2 SHL scouts already. So we have an NLA. Who wants to go? Who wants to go to the Extra Liga? You do, Mr. Dimitra. You do. Only one way to find out. Yeah, pretty much. I just wanted to see an attempt later on. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to attempt it at this point, won't we? We'll have to attempt it. Yeah, maybe we stop Edmonton around, you know, a week or so from now, and that replaces it. And we just keep doing a bunch of short-term series leading up to when I take a break from streaming this on Twitch and get into playing other stuff and have it, you know, be, well, okay, well, we do stuff on YouTube. You know how it is, like it used to be. So Extra Liga, NLA, what else do we need? It takes a while to set this up, man. We could have a DEL scout and a Russian scout. Perfect. And regardless, they're both terrible. Heather, you're going to Russia. Have fun. Have fun. To Russia, you go. If I said something about hot, you'd bop me. I mean, Pyro might, but that's just because... I think Pyro has, like, an internal need to slap people in chat on occasion. I think that's how he's wired. It was a really good idea for a series last week, but I'm forgetting what it was. Well, you know. It'd basically be like using an NHL force draft system in modern day. That's a horrifying statement. That is horrifying to even hear. So, you know. Yikes. But there we go. Scouting's finally set up. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Our first season scouting's great, but it's a bitch to set up. Agreed. I'd rather have it be a bitch to set up, though, than not have the ability to do that. There are so many lights in here that this hurts my eyes like no fucking tomorrow. But that's okay. It's because I have bad eyes anyway. Because that's what happens when, as a kid, you just sit in front of a TV and play video games. Because fucking Super Nintendo and N64, dog. It's the best way to go. God damn. Ah, I was hoping that'd be a trade. It wasn't. Alright, we're going. Hep. Tap. There we go. Now we're back in business. We have a winning record. Is anybody surprised? John Gibson's going to lead this team to a playoff run. I'm calling it. Especially if we don't get any trade offers, we are 100% playoff bound. I mean, we technically have a winning record. 7-6 isn't anything too crazy through the opening month, but we'll see how this goes. I'm totally not checking Twitter. I would never check Twitter. I would never do it. I promise. I would never check Twitter. Ever. Shh. Nothing's happening in game anyway. No trade offers, by the way, so far. I should have checked who the team signed for free agents, but again, I'll probably do what I do with Edmonton and double check what team lineups are looking like heading into season 2. SNES and N64 all day, every day. Exactly. Exactly. So basically, give up a 4th round pick to get Darren Archibald. Nah. I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry about it. These are not. There we go. That's better. 13, 11, and 4 as of December 1st. There's not much to speak of right now. It's just waiting to see when the trade offers, if at all, are going to start rolling in. So, you know, give Pyro a hug. He needs one. He can do what he wants. Because I have to try and make menu simming entertaining, and I fail at it all the time. Oh, a 1st round pick in Patrick Eaves for 2 seconds and Freddie Clayson. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. I want to get rid of Patrick Eaves, but not for a 1st round pick. No, thank you, New York. Good try. 6th round pick. So basically, take Matt Hunwick's contract. Why would I do that? Again, the logic behind this trade makes no sense. It should be, here, give us a 6th, we'll give you a 3rd round pick, but you have to take Matt Hunwick's contract. Like, that makes no sense. It's basically just, hey, do you want Matt Hunwick? He has a terrible contract, and that's the reason why we're trying to trade him. It makes no sense. It should be like, hey, we'll give you a 3rd, but for the love of God, take Hunwick's deal with it. And in which case, I would do that. But, yeah, no. I don't want Matt Hunwick for nothing. Thank you. 2nd to 5th, get out of here. I don't want Darren Archibald. I don't want him. Damn it. We have a better record than the Bruins. Ugh, that's depressing. That is depressing to have a better record than the Bruins. Oh, boy. We don't have to talk about it, though. You're going to do some Nations United? Not on stream. That is a YouTube-only series. That is a YouTube-only series, my friend. I doubt there have been any trades, but I'm going to check. We have a winning record, by the way. So that's... We're 1st in the division. Oh, my God. I'm not surprised, but, you know, goddamn. Of course, in real life, Anaheim, you know, they're a bit decimated by injuries. You got to factor in the coaching staff being bad. The GM being bad. A 2nd round pick for a 3rd or 4th in Alex Biega. What are these trade offers? What even are these? That doesn't make any sense. No. Get out of here. Jesus, finding out what you were offered in the trade like the Hunwick deal, and it was denied because you were in the deal must suck. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I like Matt Hunwick, former Bruin, but, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Oh, boy, we keep picking up points here in the standings. There has to be a trade coming through. Sprong and a 2nd for Johansson, a 2nd and a 3rd. Probably not. I mean, it's basically swap a forward and a defenseman and pick up a 3rd round pick in return because Sprong is a bit further ahead than Johansson. Sprong has 30 points this season, but he's down in the AHL. So, I mean, he's killing the AHL. He's nearly a point a game. Johansson's, what, a 6? Nice.
Nice.
All right. Is he actually playing on Minnesota? No, he's in the Allsvenskan. Okay. I'm going to say no to that. We have a lot of forward prospects. I'm going to keep Daniel Sprong. And then we beat Minnesota the same day, 4-1. See, they knew it was up. Oh, God. I can't believe we haven't gotten a trade offer for a Kessler type. A second for a third and Gunnarsson. These trade offers, man. Like, the logic behind them make no sense at all. But okay. Schuster and a sixth for a fourth. I'm gonna take that. I will use Schuster to trade up in next year's draft. Not this upcoming year, but the next year. I think I'm gonna take that. Probably try to add on a seventh because the AI always tries to screw you. But I will gladly trade away Andre Schuster. But, you know, it's like you look at the Edmonton run, and the AI was dumb enough to trade for Lucic and Russell. Not yet with this, though. But Andre Schuster actually has a positive plus-minus, despite being on a pairing with Chris Russell. Well, okay, wow, that's just straight there. Would you take this? I love how the response was, oh, if you were me, would you take this? Just because I added on a seventh. Let's do it. Schuster, out to Carolina. Our first deal has been completed. I don't even know if they necessarily needed him, but it's a minor enough deal that it doesn't matter. And we're going to call up Jake Dotchin, because I don't want to rush Larson to the NHL. So, they still think Murray's in charge, apparently. If so, Carl Gunnarsson would have been on this roster. Jake Dotchin, welcome to the defense. You get to play with Del Zaster. And the AHL? I don't know who's taking his spot. It's going to be Keaton Thompson, I think. It is. Cool. Keaton, welcome aboard. And we're going to drop you down to that third pairing. Congratulations. A winner is you. A winner is you. Did you make sure to put on a sticky note on your forehead saying, I'm not dumb? I don't think the AI would listen. A second, a third, Ben Street for Grant Mismash, and a fourth. It's going to be a no from me, dog. I'd prefer to keep my picks. Thank you. So we're at 28, 17, and 6. We are going to sim up to deadline day. And we'll see what happens from there. As far as what are the deals the AI make, and hopefully we get some offers. Otherwise, I'm going to stay loyal. Silfverberg and a second for a first, and Oscar Lindberg. Silfverberg's on an expiring deal. Not having a very good season on the second line. It would make sense to get something back, even if the first round pick's next year. Lindberg's also on an expiring deal. He has played not a single game. He's a healthy scratch. So, I get something for Silfverberg, but I have to give up a second round pick to do it. Like, I know we get a first round pick in return, but I don't really want to give up a second round pick this year. But if Vegas crashes, alright, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I think we have to. I'm going to try to add in another deal here, though, of course. Or another pick to the deal, because the AI always tries to screw you. It might be a sixth. I'm going to try for a fifth here from Montreal. Will that go through? Yes, it will. So that is our, that's our first deal, because I don't think I was going to re-sign Silfverberg anyway. We'll get a first round pick in return, so we do lose our second this year, but we're probably not done with the trades. So, I'm okay with the deal. I'm okay with it. We are going to call up Carter Rowney. And is Oscar Lindberg waiver eligible? He is. Shit. Alright, we'll leave him there. Screw it. He's a placeholder for this season anyway. Take out the second and Lindberg then. They want to mess with the value too much. I mean, the deal works, at least. And the good thing is, Kasha is now up to a second line level talent. Lindberg's going to be on the fourth line. And actually, in fairness, he's not. Let's see. And Kessler, you're going back up to the second line. So it's going to be Henry, Kessler, Kasha. Let's go with Lindberg, Shore, Ritchie. That works. With the exception of swapping Grant and Eves. The defense, Still pretty straightforward. That works. That works. I don't know. I could have worked, a little bit more on that deal in terms of maybe taking the second round pick out of it, but at the end of the day, it's okay. A third and Eves for Pickard, Ustule, and Archibald. No. It's going to be a no. Of course, I'm going to check the trades. A second round pick and street for Fehervar. No, I'm not giving up that second. Not giving up that second. A second, a third, and street for a second and a third. So basically, just give you Ben Street for nothing. I'm going to say no, because I have a feeling our picks might be higher than yours. So, yeah, that's going to be a no. Thank you. A second and street for Gimbrell and a fifth, that's going to be a no. Oh, some of these moves. No. Just, no. Come on. How dare you interrupt my sip of Palmer with that? Come on. How dare you? First round pick for... A second, a third, and Ben Street. Hello? No. I don't need Tristan Jarry. We have John Gibson. A first and a seventh for a second, a third, and... No. Jesus, these offers. These offers are horrific. A second, a sixth, and Ben Street for Eric Cernak. Cernak is a solid prospect, but I think he's low 4. That's going to be a no. You know, maybe I should have... That's going to be a no. Maybe I should have reworked that one deal, the Silverberg deal. I don't mind getting a first-round pick back. Siegenthaler's not worth a second to me. I don't know. I kind of regret maybe not reworking that a little bit, but like I said, I don't think I was going to re-sign Silverberg. He was probably going to be a tad bit too expensive. So, it's okay. A third. Basically, here, take Chris Gibson for nothing. It's gonna be a no from me, dog. Wow, those were god-awful trade offers. And I still think I'm going to keep the roster relatively the same. We're in first place in the division in year 1, which is hilarious, of course, but I'm not surprised. But in terms of moving away certain people, if you've ever seen me play franchise, you know I don't like to do that instantly. So, I mean, defensively, there really isn't anybody who I'm rushing to get rid of anyway. But, of course, forward-wise, it's, hey, try to see what you can get for Perry and Getzlaff and Kessler. For now, we're okay. Okay, it's a relative term, right? We'll see how this goes. But, yeah, for now, we're going to leave the roster the same. Can't wait for that Vegas pick to turn into Lafreniere. We'll see. Hopefully. But, I mean, our draft pick situation, so we don't have a second, but we have an extra third. No picks in the 6th or 7th round, but the next year now we do have that extra first. So, it'll be interesting to see if that works out. It'll be interesting. But for now, we're going to sim this extra day, see if there are any moves made on deadline day, which there very rarely are. And we'll see what the AI has managed to do. I had Washington offering me Samson offer Larkin 5 times, despite the trade not being allowed. Sounds about right. So, let's see. St. Louis basically swaps Chris Thorburn for a 4th with Winnipeg. Columbus gets Marcus Johansson. Marcus Johansson. And 2/3 for a 1st and Liam Foudy from Columbus. Toronto gets Ryan Carpenter, a 2nd and a 4th for Yegor Korshkov, and a 3rd. What else do we have? Buffalo gets a 2nd and a 4th for Jason Pominville. He goes to Nashville. Florida gets David Perron and Jay Bouwmeester for a 1st and a 3rd. Florida is going for it. Los Angeles gets Carl Gunnarsson and a 4th for a 3rd and a 5th from St. Louis. New Jersey gets a 3rd and Belmar for Kincaid, a 5th and a 6th. So Kincaid's in Vegas. Buffalo gets Jordan Nolan from St. Louis for a 6th. So the Blues are dealing. Pittsburgh gets Fehervari and a 5th for Philip Hollander. Colorado gets Denisenko and a 4th for a 2nd. Colin Wilson and Patrick Nemeth. Florida is going for it. The Rangers get Morgan Frost, a 1st and a 4th from Philadelphia from Matt Zuccarello, Kevin Hayes, and 2 other pieces. Wow. Buffalo gets a 1st and Philip Johansson for Jeff Skinner. Skinner dealt to Minnesota for a 1st and Philip Johansson, who was offered to us for Daniel Sprong. Calgary gets Graham Knott, a 4th and a 5th for a 2nd and Garnet Hathaway. Carolina gets Pyatt, a third and a fourth for Michael Ferland. So Ferland to Vancouver. And then you had the Silverberg trade. Detroit gets a first and a Rasanen from Toronto for Gustav Nyquist, Nick Jensen, and Luke Witkowski. So Leafs fans, rejoice. You finally get Nick Jensen, as you've apparently wanted to do, and Gustav Nyquist. So let's take a look at what some of the teams are rolling. Some of the more interesting teams. I'm not going to look at every team, but I want to see what the teams that, the teams that made moves look like. So, I mean, Buffalo no longer have Jeff Skinner. But they have Jordan Nolan again, so that's good, right? Yikes, that Buffalo squad. Let's see, Carolina, I don't believe made a move. Columbus made a move, though. They brought in Marcus Johansson. That's actually a pretty damn good team. That bumps Foligno down to the third line. That's a pretty good pickup for the Blue Jackets. I would imagine they're in a playoff spot right now to do that deal. Calgary, I don't believe made any moves. I might be wrong. The offense is the same, at least. Although they have Graham Knott in their lineup right now. I don't expect that to last. Let's see. Colorado. No major differences. I know they made a deal, though. They sent Wilson to Florida. So, like, Bork or Kamenev must be in the lineup because of it. Detroit dealt Nyquist. So their squad right now is Vanek, Larkin, Mantha. It's kind of what you would expect if you were to lose Gustav Nyquist, right? Delarose in the lineup. The defense basically the same. Edmonton didn't make any moves. So it's Nuge, McDavid, Ratty, Puljujarvi, Draisaitl, Chiasson, Lucic, Spooner, Reeder, Kyra, Brodziak, Cassian. We changed that roster a lot. That roster changed drastically, quite quickly. Florida is going for it. So Huberdeau, Barkov, Dadonov, Hoffman, Trocheck, Perron, Wilson, Broussard, Brouwer, McGinn, Skeevier, Vetrano, Defense Yandel, Ekblad, Matheson, Pissick, Bouwmeester, Weidman, Reimer and Luongo still there. Mulligan has a healthy scratch. I don't recall LA doing much. Minnesota didn't really do anything. Victor Rask is on the fourth line. Who else made moves? The Rangers traded Zuccarello to Philly, so it's Kreider, Zibanejad, Fast, VC, Nemesnikov, Buch, Bolesky, Howden, Strome, Hedel, Nieves, and Holland. Shea, Shattenkirk, Smith, Pionk, Stahl, Clayson. Let's see, Philly. What do you look like at this point? Giroux, Couturier, Voracek, Van Riemsdyk, Hayes, and Zuccarello. Konechny, Lawton, Simmons, Raffle, Patrick, and Weiss. I would consider that going for it. I would consider that going for it. And then St. Louis made a ton of moves. So, I mean, their bottom six, Sanford, Thomas, Sunkvist, Barbashev. Chris Butler in on defense. I think those are... Well, actually, Toronto also made a deal. Nyquist now in the top six. Third line, Hyman, Kadri, Kapanen. And defensively, Nick Jensen in there with Travis Dermott. And, of course, Jake Muzzin's there. So, I assume Carter Hart's up. He might be. Nope, he's in the AHL. Then Vancouver picked up Michael Ferland, who's on the second line with Horvat and Eriksson. And those are the last few teams. Minnesota didn't do... Oh, that's right, Minnesota got Jeff Skinner. Fuck. It's tough to remember, man. There were a lot of trades. I remember the Johansson deal, but I didn't remember who they got back in return. So it's Parise, Granlund, Skinner, Zucker, Stahl, Koivu, Foligno, Coyle, Greenway. I completely missed Jeff Skinner up there. My eyes immediately went to Victor Rask on the fourth line, like, oh, you poor guy. But we're good to go to the end of this first season. We'll see. I mean, we're going to be a playoff team at this rate. It's just, what the hell is the seeding going to be, and are we going to win a cup in year one? Because I could easily see that happening despite how weak our defense is. No disrespect to Jake Dotchin, of course, but, we gotta call these things, we gotta calls them as we sees them, right? Gotta calls them as we sees them. But we're gonna win 40 games at the very least. Like I said, it's one of those things where it's like, if you look at a fully healthy Anaheim lineup, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And of course, with the goalie like John Gibson in this game, It's either he's going to be a complete world beater or he's going to suck. You know, like other goalies we've seen throughout the years. Throughout this year in particular. If we win the cup in year 1, do we just move to Ottawa? And see, I don't want to fix Ottawa because we actually did a straightforward series with Ottawa. Whereas the Anaheim series that we did, that was Goon Squad. So it's like, I don't mind, you know, reusing Anaheim. We won the division. We won the division in year 1. Ricard Raquel was nearly point a game. Alright, let's take a look around the league, shall we? Let's take a look. Diffo! Now that's a real sub right there. No 0, unless it's not. Because Pyro removed the 0. Diffo, thank you. You're beautiful, and I love you. Well, let's see. So, Anaheim, Vegas, San Jose, and Edmonton. Edmonton made the playoffs in year 1. Calgary was terrible. Why was Calgary so bad? Mike Smith is the answer. Mike Smith is the answer. The Central, Nashville, Winnipeg, Chicago, and Minnesota. So, Dallas, holy Colorado, what happened? What happened? They had 66 points. That's insane. Like, Dallas missing in favor of Chicago, I guess. But Colorado had 66 points. Not to mention Nashville with 117. But, I mean, come on. Who cares about that? The Atlantic, Toronto, Tampa, and Buffalo. Ottawa and Detroit finished ahead of Boston, Florida, and Montreal was god-awful. God-awful. The Metro, Philly, Columbus, New York, Washington, and Pittsburgh. So Carolina, New Jersey, and New York all miss out. Let's take a look. So the worst team in the league, Colorado, Montreal, New York, New Jersey, and Calgary. Not the bottom 5 I would have expected. I have no idea why Colorado would have been that bad. That's insane. That is insane. Montreal was nice. Fair point. That's a delayed nice. Fair point. So, as far as how we did, and we'll take a look around the league elsewhere, too, at some other interesting teams, but Raquel led the way with 75 points. Getzlaf had a good year. All 3 of members of the top line scored 27 goals. Corey Perry took nearly 300 shots. What the hell? Kasha hit 50, which is nice. He was a middle 6 option for us all season. Devin Shore hit 41, which is great. Henrique only 39. That's pretty disappointing, especially with his contract extension about to kick in. Nick Ritchie, over 30. Kessler hit 28. Derek Grant with 21. Patrick Eves, 19. Comtois, only 16 points. He wasn't playing with the best of talent around him, though. And then Lindbergh had 10 in the 29 games that we had him on the squad. Defensive leader was Montour. Fowler, Lindholm all broke 20 points. Manson, Delzato, and Dotchin with 6 points in 31 games. Goalie-wise, yeah, I think we have a Vezina winner. Jesus Christ, Ryan Miller, too. I didn't even notice that. Goaltending, the key to Anaheim's success. Who says this game's unrealistic? Holy shit. That is unbelievable. Like, anything short. Ryan Miller only allowed 44 goals. That's crazy. Goddamn. Alright, some of the more interesting teams. I mean, Boston didn't make the playoffs, but yeah, I'll at least take a look. The top line did well, and then they kind of struggled for secondary scoring. Too real. Too real. Calgary, why did you miss the playoffs? That's why. Because Corey Perry outscored Johnny Gaudreau. Monahan struggled. Kachuk struggled. Lindholm didn't do anything. And Gio led the way for defensemen. How bad was the goaltending? It was okay, but not amazing. And Smith obviously played more than Riddick. Huh. Colorado, well, Chicago made it. It's because Patrick Kane was Patrick Kane. Yeah, that top line dominated. And, of course, with injuries off, Crawford actually didn't do that much better than Ward. That's scary. That is scary. Dom Cahoon with 32 points. Colorado, why were you so bad? McKinnon was good. Rantanen was okay. Landeskog was okay. It had to be the goaltending, right? Yeah, it was. Varlamov was average. Grubauer was terrible. Alright, there you go. Goaltending can sink a good team. Who else was underperforming? Columbus, Detroit, there wasn't anything too interesting there. Edmonton made the playoffs. McDavid had 86 points. How good was the goaltending? 9 10s for both Talbot and Koskinen. How did they make the playoffs? I don't get it. Florida missed, right? Florida added at the deadline, but still missed. Montreal was terrible. I don't really know why, because their top line all had 60 points. Okay, it really dropped off. You don't get a Tatar. Nobody else had more than 40 points. Goaltending-wise, Carey Price had a bad year. Carey Price had a bad year. That would do it. That would do it. So if Carey Price has a bad time, Montreal has a bad time. Shocker. Nashville, PK had 67 points. That's probably a Norris right there. Holy hell. Goalie-wise, never mind. John Gibson's not winning the Vezina. It's probably going to be Pekka Rinne. That's unfortunate. Who else was terrible? There was one other team. Toronto. I mean, Tavares, Marner, Nylander, Matthews. Kadri with 50 points. I think the most shocking one, though, is that Montreal was that bad. I want to take a look around the league, though. Leading scorers. Let's see what we got. So it's Patrick Kane, Sagan, Tavares, McDavid, and Laine. Radulov, Giroux, the players to break 80. Pettersson at 78 points. He's going to win. The Rangers were bottom 3. Of course they were. Exactly, Big Boss. It's not shocking. That's why I didn't look at them. No disrespect to Rangers fans. They beat the Bruins tonight. I know, but come on. If you were to look at the Rangers squad and be like, I expect that team to do well in the first year sim. Come on. Come on. Ovi led the way in goals. Quite a few 40-goal scorers, at least. Nobody hit 50, though. I want to see the worst plus-minus in the league. Subban, Jesus Christ. The worst, Montreal. Okay, there you go. Wow, Heiskanen. That's rough. Let's take a look at goalers here. I'm embracing the suck as a Rangers fan. Well, they've beaten the Bruins twice recently. Oh, Demko. That's unfortunate. Best save percentage for a starter was Rinne. Anderson was up there, and so was Gibson. But, yeah, Pekka Rinne is going to win the Vezina this year. Can't imagine he won't. Also, Brian Elliott was amazing for Philly. And the rookie race, we already know it's going to be Pettersson. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's about right. The sliders should help. No, they will not. Sliders do not work. Sliders do not affect the way franchise plays out. Unless you jump into the games. People will be like, that's not true. I changed this and this changed. That comes from the devs. So, yeah. No, unfortunately, there's nothing you can change. The injury slider, there's the whole... Well, actually, there's the penalty slider. You know, the 0 to 4. That'll change some things. But aside from that, nothing else changes. I've put every goalie stat at 0, every shooting stat to 100. Doesn't make a difference. I did those tests on stream, too, so... Yeah, Pettersson killed it. You guys would have had a chance to look. So, there you go. Sign Subban for a goalie. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with this team. We're going to go through the first offseason at least, but... I mean, the problem is, we have playoffs to go through. Which I guess I'm not surprised by. We play Minnesota in the first round. So it's a battle of who wants to choke in the playoffs again more than the other team. We play Jeff Skinner and the Wild. This should be fun. This should be fun, and even that it only affects your game and not the league. Pretty much. So, I think the roster's basically set as it is. I'm gonna double check something before we get into the playoffs, but I think we're good for the most part. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. We'll figure it out, Boris. What's going on? Play a top tier D-man, not named Burns, on the wing for the entire season. You know, EA can fix that. They do legalize slide. I know they do, but that's the point, though, is they haven't. I want them to do that, but I can't, like, adjust the sliders right now and make the game be more realistic towards what's happening in the real world NHL this year. It's just not a thing. So, you know. Do I want to give Larson a chance in the playoffs or just play Dotchin? I'm going to stick with Dotchin, I think. Larson will be on the NHL roster next year. And then forward-wise, Comtois actually dropped to a depth forward, as did Lindbergh. Interesting. Daniel Sprong, though, is up to a third-line player. Sam Steele will be an NHLer next year, and then Terry and Rowney are also good to go. So we are going to make changes to this roster. Comtois and Lindbergh are going down for Sprong and probably Troy Terry. Although that did just return somebody to junior. Oh, Comtois, which is fine. We don't need him for the playoffs anyway. So those are our guys. We're not going to be running Rowney at the NHL level. Unfortunately, he's the odd man out. He is the odd man out. So, our playoff roster is shaping up to be... I want all these fourth liners together, at the very least. Yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be Kessler. Again, I'm not excited for Henry Kessler Kasha, but at the very least, Kessler can still take faceoffs. He's not that broken, and he can't take faceoffs. It's going to be Richie Shore Sprong as the third line with... Let's go Terry, Grant, and Eves on the fourth line. In defense, it's going to be Lindholm, Manson, Fowler, Montour, Delzato, Dotchin. And of course, the goaltending is pretty straightforward. Cody, take it easy. I will try to trade for one Gellin Smith. And the AHL, because I think they're playoff bound as well. Not sure what I want to do. Do we have any other players who I needed to get into the lineup? Casilla, Street, not really. So, Lindbergh, you're going to be a top line. You know what? We got to play our young guys enough. I'm going to go best lines. And hopefully everyone that I wanted is there. I'm going to double check. Comtois will never do it for the shootout, though. Well, you know. Alright, Gazdick. You know what? You can play rather than Kopaka. I think we're good. I think we're okay. I'm just going to go best lines. And we'll see. I don't even know if the Gulls made the playoffs, so it might not matter. Unless we get the solid backstretch in there. Got to get that solid backstretch in there. We'll take... You know, we already looked at Minnesota's lineup. We know that they have Jeff Skinner. Let's do this. I was kind of hoping we wouldn't make the playoffs in year one, yet here we are. It was a little bit more dramatic in Edmonton, where it took us, what, 3 or 4 years to make it? So that's cool, I guess. Let's do this. First period of game one. Spurgeon.
Anyway, Jared Spurgeon. Can we see the Jared Spurgeon?
Jared Spurgeon, goal of the week. Watch this here, boy. Watch this here, kid.
Jared goddamn Spurgeon. And Derek Grant, because, you know, that's who you expected to score in this game, right? Derek Grant. Of all of our potential goal scorers, Derek Grant. That's the good stuff. Second period is scoreless. Third period, do we want this to be dramatic? I guess we do. Let's go through it. We have to commit to it. Even if we made the playoffs before we thought we would, we have to commit to this. There is a chance we're going to win the cup in year one. We're in the playoffs. Anything can happen. Dreams can come true. Disneyland. Quack. Quack. Somebody score a goal, please. I think we're going to overtime here. Indeed we are. Andre Kasha or Victor Rask. Let's do it. That's my guess for who's going to win this game. Derek Grant and Jared Spurgeon, the goal scorers. Power play goal. It's Ryan Getzlaf. And the Ducks take game one at home. Getzlaf in overtime. Beautiful. Gibson has to be the first star. And he is. Dubnyk was up there as well. And Getzlaf with the overtime goal. We are 15 wins away from a Stanley Cup in year one. This could be... I talked about this being a short-term series. This could be the shortest-term series. It's not even going to be a series. It's going to be a one-off because we're going to win the damn thing in year one, aren't we? I'm trying to jinx it as much as I can, right? That's the best course of action. Try like hell to jinx it. First period of game two. We're going to win the cup in year one. Kessler, Raquel, and Perry. We're up 3-0 at the end of the first period. Second period. It is 4-1. Shore and Victor Rask with the goal. To the third period we go. We're up 4-1. This is ridiculous. Oh boy, and Foligno makes it 4-2. Alright. Knuckle puck. Well, it's working out for us. Is there a comeback on the cards for the Minnesota Wild? That was a power play and a half that they couldn't score on. And John Gibson is going to shut the door. Shore with the empty netter. It's 5-2. We take both games at home to start this series. I hit... the menu lag is terrible. You would have known who the 3 stars were going to be. Gibson is the answer. All 3 of them. All 3 of the stars. John Gibson. He deserves it, to be honest. We're going to game 3. I mean, I don't even care to make lineup changes if someone's underperforming because I don't want us to win. But we're going to. It's going to happen. First period of game 3 in Minnesota. The Wild have a 2-1 lead. Corey Perry gets the opening goal. Zucker ties it less than a minute later. And Marcus Foligno scores again. Second period. Okay, the jinx might finally be working. Zach Parise and Jordan Greenway. It's 4-1 for the Wild as we go to the third period. That undefeated run not looking as likely. Mikko Koivu makes it 5. I'm going to sim the rest of it. And 6-1 is your final. Matt Hendricks. John Gibson gets absolutely lit up. And the Wild are back in the series. Thank God. Because again, I kind of don't want us to win. It would be for the best if we didn't. Let's go to game 4. We're speed running these playoffs. For the most part. I didn't even take a look at what the other matchups were. But that's okay. That's fine. Game 4. Home team is yet to lose in this series. First period. Wild get the opening goal. Zucker again. Second period is scoreless. And we have had a rough time scoring on the road. Is that 1 goal through 5 periods of play? Hopefully we can get something going for us here in this third period. Or this series is going to be tied. Actually, never mind. Hopefully we can't get something going for us. I want the inverse of that. Never mind. That's right. I don't want us to score. I gotta remember that. And we didn't. We get shut out. 32 save shutout for the Dubs. Damn. Or not damn, because I want us to... I'm so conflicted. Do I want to win or do I want to lose? I always want to win. I'm competitive, but it would be better if we lost. But we won the division, so it'd be kind of funny if we won. Game 5. We're jumping into it. The home team's yet to lose. Will that trend continue here? First period. Well then. Also, you know what I just realized? Hey, that's back up. That's what was missing. Isn't that better? Anyway, Eric Fair scores. Henrik ties it less than a minute later. And then Skinner, Parise, Greenway. 4-1. Second period. What is even happening anymore? Patrick Eve scores to make it 4-2. Zucker makes it 5-2. Kessler and Shore. It is a 5-4 game. Heading into the third period of game 5. This series is just weird. Power play opportunity. Ricard Raquel has tied this game at 5 apiece. Shore scores again. It's 6-5. This is stupid. In the best way possible. Game 5 goes to the Ducks. Corey Perry scores 7-5 is your final score. We trailed 4-1 at the end of the first period and win the game 7-5. What is... Experienced Ducks hockey. Apparently, Shore, former UMaine Black Bear, beautiful man, with the 2 goals led the way. That is one of the strangest playoff games I've seen in this game this year. Jesus. We go to game 6, where again, the home team has yet to lose. Let's see what happens. No line changes necessary. Will this series end right here and right now? We won the first 2 games. Lost games 3 and 4. We win game 5, and now in game 6. How's it going to go down? First period is scoreless. Exciting. 14 shots total. Second period, the Wild get the goal. It's Eric Stahl. We go to the third period down by 1. Nick Ritchie has tied it. They're beating us in shots, but we are tied on the scoreboard. A power play chance for Dana, and that does not work out. Nick Ritchie scores again. 2-1. 7 minutes left. Are we going to the second round here in year 1? Yes, we are. The Ducks win the series in 6 games. Nick Ritchie leads the way. We're going to win the cup in year 1. We're going to win the cup in year 1. I am now fully convinced. We are going to win the cup in year one. It's going to happen. Devon Shore, 5 points in 6 games. We are, without a doubt, going to win the cup in year one. I am convinced. Let's see what the matchups look like. We're playing San Jose, because of course we are. Oh, to the playoffs we go, or to the playoff tree we go. So Winnipeg beat Chicago in 5, Nashville beat Edmonton in 5, San Jose beat Vegas in 6, and of course we beat Minnesota in 6, so it's Nashville, Winnipeg, Anaheim, and San Jose. Over in the East, the Islanders upset the Blue Jackets in 6, Washington beat Philly in 6, Tampa swept Buffalo, and Toronto beat Pittsburgh in 6, so we have the Islanders and Caps, Leafs, and Lightning in the second round. There might not be much to fix. There might not be much to fix. Flo, buddy, pal of mine, thank you for the host. How'd the stream go? And I'm sorry to hear you quit NHL, but I don't blame you. Let's take a look at this team. Welcome to the fine world of, welcome to the fine world of fixing Anaheim, where we made the playoffs in year 1 and we're going to round 2. This game is something else. Rickard Rakell, 5 points. 3 points for Getzlaff, 5 points for Perry. Henrique with 2 points. 2 goals for Kessler. 3 points for Kasha. Richie with 4 points. 5 points for Devon Shore. 5 assists for Daniel Sprong. Troy Terry with a point. 1 point for Derek Grant. 2 points for Patrick Eves. In the defense, 2 points for Lindholm, plus 3. 3 points for Manson. Fowler doing well. That third pairing is brutal, but of course it is. That third pairing might be the reason that we lost. Silverberg was the issue, apparently. Flo, what's going on, buddy? Gibson wasn't great. I gotta be honest, if I change that third pairing and make the team better on paper, we'll probably lose. So I'm gonna keep it the same, and we'll see how it goes. Philar, you're beautiful. And I thank you. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. And I thank you. Because damn. Mind if I try to recreate the Pirates of 19? Why the hell would I mind? Also, trying to fight off the sneeze. Can I wait until we get to San Jose's lineup? What a beverage. Anyway, yeah, that's the Sharks team that you would expect, basically. Oh, Christ. Burns and Carlson. Goaler, Martin Jones. It's the Anaheim lineup the San Jose lineup that you would expect. Flo, I'm doing great. No complaints. Except that I wanted to fix this team, and they might not need fixing. Game 1 against the Sharks. We have home ice advantage. Let's not waste any time. Here we go. First period, and the Sharks take the early lead. Joakim Ryan with the opening goal. Second period, Suomela and Pavelski. I'm just going to sim the third period, and we're going to see what kind of craziness happens, all right? Sound good? We get our teeth kicked in. Suomela and Barclay Goodrow. 5-0 is your final, and the luck might be out the door. 30 saves shut up for Martin Jones, and we get our teeth kicked in game 1. That is good, bad, maybe. I still don't know what I want. Do I want the team to win for the memes, or do I want us to lose so that there's actually a challenge in terms of rebuilding the team? I don't know. First period of game 2 is scoreless. Second period is not. Sorensen and Perry with the goals. We go to the third period tied. It's not a 5-0 blowout yet, but this game could end by 5 goals. Hope for the memes, right? Evander Kane gives the Sharks the lead. Classic Ducks playoff series against San Jose. Is there a late goal to tie it, or will the Sharks win both games on the road? Power play chance, please. Maybe, or not. Hopefully. Oh my god. Was that a double minor at the end and we couldn't score? The Sharks take both games to start this series. It was back-to-back penalties. Donskoy and Logan Couture. We couldn't capitalize. Martin Jones, first star again. Evander Kane with a goal. John Gibson, your third star. And we could be in a lot of trouble. We could be in a decent amount of trouble here. Which is good, bad, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. I really don't. Game 3. Not going to make any changes to the lineup. We will sync with this ship if we have to. In San Jose, first period of Game 3, we are toast. Suomela and Sorensen, second period, we are done. Joe Pavelski, I'm going to hit the button to see what happens. 4-1 is your final. Corey Perry scores, but we have no answer for Martin Jones. And this series is over. This was the last hurrah from this core, I would assume. We have what, 2 goals? We are being outscored 11-2, if I'm not mistaken, through the first 3 games of this series. Game 4. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. First period, scoreless. 4 shots to 17. Second period. So, of course, we get the opening goal. It's Patrick Eaves. Can we extend this series? Timo Meier scores. Never mind. I was going to say, can we extend this series, or is it over? Is there a reverse sweep on the horizon? Probably not. Probably not, but that's okay. Timo Meier has the only goal. I swear to God I saw so. Hey, Patrick Eaves again. Patrick Eaves. We didn't get swept. Patrick Eaves steps up, leads the way. Gibson with 39 saves. And I think there might be a reverse sweep on the horizon. The game just wanted to make it dramatic. That's all. That's all. We're going to Game 5. Back in Anaheim. Let's just go for it. Philip DeFranco. Let's just jump into it. Let's do this. First period. Hurdle and Evander Kane. Second period. Scoreless. Well, I think we managed to avoid the sweep. Yeah, oh yeah, we're done. Melker Karlsson. Everybody wave goodbye. We made it to the second round of the playoffs after winning the division. Oh yeah, it's over. Screw it. 4-0 is your final. They gave us 1 game, and that was it. So no miracle Stanley Cup in year 1, which is good, because that proves that there is work to be done. You get no validation, Randy and Mr. Murray. We're out of here. To the draft we go. To the offseason we go. Which is good. All that for San Jose to lose in the conference final. Probably. I mean, they're going to be going up against Winnipeg, and it looks like the Eastern Conference final might be the Islanders and Leafs, and I pray to God the Islanders just won the Cup. Although, the San Diego Gulls are still in the playoffs. I should probably be paying attention to what they're doing, but that's okay. Toronto wins the Cup in year 1. The Gulls won the Calder. I really should have been paying attention to the Gulls. Our AHL team won the Calder, which is proof that there's some good pieces for Anaheim. They just have to not completely screw it up. Time will tell if they do. The Leafs win the Stanley Cup, beating Winnipeg in 7. That'd be a hell of a series. So the Leafs beat Tampa in 6. The Islanders swept the Caps. And then Toronto beat the Islanders in 6. And then won the whole damn thing. Winnipeg beat San Jose in 7. Mission complete, won the Calder Cup. Pretty much. How did they do? They beat Colorado in 5. Beat the Ontario Reign in 7, beat the Chicago Wolves in 6, and then swept the Hartford Wolfpack. So let's actually take a look. Let's give a little bit of love and attention to the Calder Cup champion San Diego Gulls. Kiefer Sherwood leading the way, Lundstrom, and that means Chad Johnson must have done well, and he did. Kevin Boyle not so much, but we don't have to talk about that. So we take home the Calder Cup. The future could be bright. Actually going to look at the AHL awards first. JFK put up the most points. Reed Boucher was league MVP. Most goals went to JFK. Best rookie was Elias Anderson. Best defenseman, TJ Brennan. You're damn right. Best goaltender, Tom McCollum. MVP of the playoffs, Chad Johnson. And of course you have your other just randomly generated awards. In the NHL, of course the Leafs won the Stanley Cup. Nashville won a President's Trophy 2 years running and could not win. Patrick Kane wins the Art Ross. The Hart goes to John Tavares. The Norris to Subban. Called that one. Lady Bing to Kane, Calder to Pedersen, Anderson wins the Conn Smythe, the Vezina went to Pecorine, second year in a row. Jennings as well, Jordy Ben the Masterton, Selke to Ryan O'Reilly, John Tavares to Ted Lindsay, and the Rocket Richard to Alexander Ovechkin. So, that's not overly surprising. Clearly, all the Leafs needed was Nick Jensen and Gustav Nyquist, and that puts them over the edge. That's all they needed. Oh, this first-year draft is going to be rough. That is a hell of a name. That's a hell of a name. I don't even have to read it. It speaks for itself. Colorado gets the number 1 pick, and the 14th, thanks to Ottawa. So it's Colorado, Montreal. Boston wins the lottery to move up. Rangers, New Jersey. Calgary got screwed. Calgary got absolutely screwed. But that's okay. That's okay. That's how it happens. That's how it goes. That's just how it goes. These things happen from time to time. Chara retires at the end of year 1, which is kind of weird. Hainsey retires as a champion, by the way. Way to go, Ron. No goalies will retire, right? Yeah, just Backstrom. Defense, Chara, Hainsey, Orpik. And forwards, I doubt there was anybody overly interesting. Derek McKenzie. And that's basically it. So we get to go... Oh, God, excuse me. I tried to hold off on that. Didn't happen. Ugh. Oh, the Palmer. It's fighting back. We get to go to this draft. We're going to go through it, of course. But I don't know if we're going to make any major moves. And the problem, too, with setting up the trade block is I rarely get offers during the draft anymore. I don't know why. As the AI has set up the team to essentially be like, hey, let's go for it. So that's accurate. That's accurate. We'll call these the owner goals, and of course our owner wants us to go for it at all times. But I can completely set up the trade block to be open. Everybody, anything is available. And I rarely, if ever, get trade offers. I'll set it up this way again, but I doubt it'll work out. Why does Calgary never do well? Because it's the EA sim and it's very weird. That's the only answer. That is the only answer. Oh, God. So we'll set this up. We'll see how this draft goes. Again, the decision of who we draft will be up to you guys. We'll send it to a poll if we need to. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully it's pretty straightforward. But, you know, should be good. So let's do this. Let's see what we got. Because I don't want to actively trade Kessler or Perry or whatever else. I want to deal with the bad contracts for a while. With Edmonton. Again, I didn't trade Lucic and Russell immediately. I kept Mikko Koskinen for all 3 years of his contract. And let's be honest, we're not getting rid of those contracts without retaining a boatload of salary. Which I don't really want to do. I'd rather just suffer with them. So, we'll see what happens. I think we're just going to go ahead and make our pick. Again, we don't have a second round pick in this year's draft, but we do have an extra third. We'll take a look at how this draft has gone down. So Jack Hughes does go to Colorado, Capo Caco to Montreal, Erickson, who's computer generated, goes to Boston, Vasily Podkolzin to the Rangers, Kirby Dach to the Devils, Dylan Cousins to Calgary, Byram to Arizona, Matt Boldy to Vancouver, Braberg to LA, Turcotte to Florida, Cam York to Dallas, Zegras to Buffalo, Peyton Krebs falls all the way down to 13th, goes to Detroit, Matt Robertson to Colorado as well, Ryan Suzuki goes to Carolina, Alex Newhook to Edmonton, Raphael Lavoie goes to Buffalo, as does Victor Soderstrom, Hatcher's computer generated, Cole Caulfield to Chicago, Moritz Seider to Pittsburgh, Ivan Nikolaev to Washington, Thomas Harley to New Jersey, and Ville Heinola to Tampa. So we have the 25th pick. And it's going to be interesting. So here's the deal, right? We already kind of know. I know that Kaliev's medium top 6, right? Again, with this first year draft, I kind of like to let the AI just pick for me. Because I personally know how good all these guys are, because of course I base their overalls and potentials off of real life rankings. So, the only interesting way it would go is to take someone computer generated like Pete Scott, who has a good shot, or Victor Kozlov, who has an Owen Nolan comparison, or we just take Spencer Knight like we did last time. Which, you know, we could do. And then holy shit, Travis Henry. Might be worth trading up to get. So, I mean, we can take Spencer Knight if we want to be overly cheap about it. But that's the thing, we have John Gibson. So if I take Spencer Knight, it's for the sole reason of just immediately trading him. Trade down and pick Knight. I'm tempted to just let the AI make these choices, man. I really am. The Spencer Knight pick is too easy. It's too easy, and I don't want to go down that route. I don't want to do it. I do like Travis Henry, though. Could be a damn good two-way. I'm alright with trading down to take Henry. I don't think we're going to take Spencer Knight this time, though. Kaliev, Brink, Dorofeyev, Nolan Foote, Sam Poulin. Actually, we have... I do wonder. Hold on, I'm going to call a timeout really quickly. We'll probably trade down. Get someone you've never used. Well, that's where a computer-generated player. Travis Mark Henry. That was so forced, BBG. But I respect it at least. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to go to the trade screen. There we go. Don't even need a goalie. Gibson's only 26. I know. That's why I don't want to take him. Because I'd be taking him for the express reason of eventually trading Spencer Knight. Those third-round picks don't have a ton of value for us. Ryan Miller did not retire, and he was amazing this year. Let's see. Defense. There's really nobody we have that's like, yeah, let's give up that guy to make a deal to get a second-round pick. We're going to have to trade down to make that happen. So, let's do that. Let's talk to Colorado. Hopefully they want to deal this pick. They do. Good. Good. So let's trade down to get that low elite, who looks pretty damn good. And we'll see what other picks we can get here. I'm just going to attempt this. It might go through. Rejected. Alright, that's fine. Spencer Knight, trade him to Calgary for a 7th. You wish. You wish. 2nd and a 3rd? Alright, the 3rd's going to be too much. That's fine, though. Let's... I don't want to say pick horde, but let's kind of pick horde. Philard, take it easy, buddy. Let's go... Let's go with a 2nd, a 4th, and a 5th for them to trade up. Apparently not. Let's go for a 2nd, a 4th, a 6th, and a 7th next year to really spice it up. Or not, you can menu lag me. 7th next year. What do you say? There we go. Alright, so we have traded down successfully. And hopefully the dude that we want is still there. He should be. Let's see how the rest of this draft went. So Kaliev was selected, Bobby Brink, Dorofeyev to Nashville, Nolan Foote to Buffalo, Sam Poulin to the Islanders, Bjorn Fott to Winnipeg, and Jakob Pelletier to Detroit. So Henry is still on the board. Top shelf as well. Take it easy. We'll catch you later. It is going to be... Oh, that's right, Pete Scott's there too. Do I have the ability to trade up again? Getting Scott and Henry would be really nice. As opposed to taking someone like Höglander. I mean, I know... Actually, Kozlov was... about the same. Scott's a year younger, though. I might be able to trade down again. Again, I don't want to take Spencer Knight. We did that in Edmonton. I could trade down a couple of spots and still get Henry. More than likely. I don't know why Schoten wasn't scouted. We do have a scout in Germany. Let's trade down with New Jersey. Just a couple of spots. Just a couple of spots. I'm still getting used to this goddamn chair, man. There's not a ton of upper back support. And it's killing me. But that's okay. So let's see if we can use this pick. I know you're not interested in it, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. And we're going to try to stack up some extra picks over the next year or two. It's going to be way too much, I'm sure. Just give me a 6th and a 7th to move back 3 spots. I'll take that. As long as you don't take who I'm looking for, it'll be fine. Yeah, so Spencer Knight ends up in New York. Kozlov and Hoagland are off the board. That's fine. Spencer Knight to the Rangers. Spencer Knight to the Rangers. And we're not going to risk it. We're going to take Travis Henry here. He is an interesting enough player, especially at a confirmed low elite. I'm excited to see how good he's actually going to be. He is a 75. Not bad at all. And well-rounded enough to be changed to a two-way if his offensive game develops a little bit more. He could be a really interesting player. He's fourth line ready right out of the draft. I like it. I like it. It's a different approach to the draft. And of course we picked up some extra draft picks as well. So, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. And now we go all the way to the third round. So, I mean, the big names of the draft are gone. Obviously, there are going to be some other names that if you pay attention to draft rankings, you're going to see here, but it's okay. If they develop, when we check lines, we'll see them. So, who else is available here? This is where it gets to be a little bit rough, because, of course, a lot of these guys are real. Although Percy is not. I wish he was in a low top 6, because I hate that potential. By far. Just, it's not great. I don't think he's going to get that much better. If the potential goes up, he will. But, I don't know. Maybe he's the pick just to see how good he's actually going to be. Coburn. Be a little bit more of a guarantee. And obviously I want to avoid most real-world players because I, again, know how good they are. So. Ryan Johnson is real. Isn't he? He is. I just don't know if he's low 4. I don't know why he doesn't have a picture, but that's fine. Is there anybody else? Alex Vlasic's low top 4. John Beecher's a low 6. Yeah, it's going to have to be just random computer-generated players. Computer generator. Kokanen's a low 4. Right. Wash Karak. Great name. And then there's Brett Leeson, who has a decent starting overall, because that was the only way to be fair about it. So, who did we pin at the top here? It was Damian Percy. Screw it. Let's take him. See what happens. See what happens. He is a 64, which is not that bad. Tactics, buddy, pal of mine. What's going on? How'd the stream go? Congrats again on 100K. It was a little bit ago, but still, I wanted to say it again. What's going on? How'd the stream go? Welcome to the fine world of fixing Anaheim. Which, hey, we actually got a trade offer this year for once. Which I'm gonna take, actually. Welcome to the fine world of fixing Anaheim. Where, of course, in this game, because of John Gibson, we still won the division title and made it to the second round of the playoffs in our first year. But that's okay. We're still going to fix this team because they still need to be fixed. They still need repairs. Obviously. That's weird John Beecher ends up getting pinned with a gem, huh? I don't know how to actually make a franchise mode interesting. Like how to cut parts. Cut the tedious parts that I don't cut in my videos. That's all you have to do. Cut the tedious parts that I don't cut out in my videos. But that's what separates me from everybody else. It's like, hey, this is long form. You get to see everything. That way, I don't have to sit there and answer questions of like, oh, well, when you were looking at free agency, was there anybody else good? No, you get to see who was there. You get to see the decision-making process. So yeah, BBG, cut out everything. Streamline it. People love streamlined, which is why I don't do it, because I don't want to be successful. Where do I end my parts? Cliffhangers, man. That's the correct answer. I hit people with cliffhangers like nobody else. That's the way to do it. Where should episode 1 be? If you immediately start from the beginning of a season, go to the trade deadline. Your hair grew back. Yeah, hair does that, Carlos. Hair does that. Funny how that works, huh? It happens. It happens. It takes so long to edit this. Yeah, which is why I don't. Not because I don't like editing. Oh, God. Anthony Honk is a gem, huh? I disagree with that. God, the first-year draft is so weird. Time to grow the mullet. It could happen. Holy low elites. Okay. Well, oh, yeah, we're getting involved in this business. We're getting involved in this business. I was gonna say, franchise mode episodes aren't that difficult to cut down. But, like I said, the reason why I personally don't is just because I always get asked, well, what about this? I always get asked questions about what I didn't show in the first place, so it's like, well, then why the hell why would I even cut it out then? Anyway, we're gonna take somebody random here. The first year draft, there wasn't as much in terms of like, hey, who should we take, guys? Because, there wasn't exactly as much controversy, so we're gonna be going for these low elite Americans. And does anybody have a particularly good rating? Is the question. Nope, they're all pretty much terrible. Alright, cool. Let's go for the highest rated. Gail Little. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. 50 overall. If he develops, cool. Will he? Maybe. Low elites are pretty good this year. So, mullet o'clock. Again, my dad had a hell of a mullet. So, hey, Brett Leeson's available. Now, I'm going to take Brett Leeson for the memes. Why not? I know he's a 70. Unless he got better. Yeah, there you go. How could you only make him a medium top 9? He's one of the highest rated. He's not. He's projected on aggregate to be outside of the first round, and he's also older than most people. So, of course, he's tearing the league apart. That's right. I said it. I said it. I might take Anthony Honka. But then again, we might end up using him in the new Finland, A Nation United, on Tugi24's YouTube channel. That, my channel. You should go watch that. It's brand new. Did I go to the parade yesterday? I did not. Because travel can be a... Oh, it can be a bitch. Also, it's a little bit more expensive. I think it's a little bit more expensive than a lot of people realize. But, yeah. Unfortunately, I did not go. I wish I did. But... I'm not going to say like, oh, it's okay because there have been others. Like, no, I wish I could have gone to every single one. But I didn't end up going yesterday. I will probably regret it. But a little bit short on money. I couldn't plan on them winning. I was hoping they would, but I couldn't plan on them winning. So I'm like, all right, we'll go with smarter things like lighting upgrades and some other random. What else did I even? Oh, well, I did get the Patriots shirt and I bought a hat for my dad for them winning the Super Bowl. What else did I buy? You ever spend a couple $100 and then just think to yourself, wait, what did I spend it on? And you genuinely can't remember? Like, I'm looking around my room trying to think, what the hell did I buy recently? I don't remember. Been trying to get a new logo made. That was one of the other things. Let's not talk about my finances, shall we? Let's not. Or we can. There's not much to talk about. There's not much to talk about at all. 6th round pick this year for a 6th next year and a 7th. You got it. That's a done deal. I'll take it. I will take it. Do it, grow a mullet. I can't stand having my hair. Hey, speaking of David Lavin, I can't stand having long hair, though. I can't. And it makes it difficult because I'm not sure if you've seen this lovely hairline. It's nice. It's nice. I could show you a picture of my grandfather. Bam! His hair. Spot on. It's a curse. He basically broke his shit. I'm not broke. I could afford to go out to dinner and then walk home because I couldn't pay for the taxi or gas money. I'm not completely broke. But it's not great right now until next week. Like everybody who gets paid before the next paycheck rolls in, you're very low on money. Draft Keith. Was he at the top? Hold on. Did I miss it? Keith. Fuck it, we'll take him. There we go. Good old Keith. Now, I have a feeling he won't be as good as Andrew Andrews with Edmonton, which, by the way, you can watch that as well. But, if you're not up to date on that, the legend known as Andrew Andrews, old double A. But we'll take KK. Don't know what his middle name is. Don't want to find out. But, good old Keith. As we have a couple of scout contracts expiring. Let's see what we can do. Get these re-signed. They're two of our best scouts, too. Mr. Daze, welcome aboard, or welcome back. And Karin Yeminen, welcome back. I hate getting paid every 2 weeks. Yeah. Bi-weekly pay is amazing. Hopefully his middle name isn't Keith. Come on now, let's be mature and let's not hit the joke over the head. I made the joke. You know what the joke was. Let it go. Come on. Anyway, what do we got? So goalie-wise, Ryan Miller was amazing last year. And Chad Johnson was the MVP of the Calder Cup winning San Diego Gulls. So I don't know if I want to keep them, as I'm totally not adjusting music on Spotify. I don't know if I totally want to keep all of them. And then Ole Eriksson Ek is going to be dropped. Not even going to bother signing him. Ryan, I'm going to let you potentially go to a winner, even though you want... We'll come back to that, maybe. How much is Ryan Miller asking for? It's a really good price for Ryan Miller, but we have $6 million in cap space, so let's look elsewhere. Delzaster, you're gone, obviously. Jake Dotchin, you're out of here. Sorry, buddy. Corbinian Holzer, legend of the Anaheim Ducks, but he's gone. And Andy Walensky is also gone. Hunter Drew is a 74 at 20 years old, medium 7th. I'm not going to sign him yet, but that's funny that he's up to a 74 already. Megna, you're going to be dropped. Keaton Thompson, you're going to be dropped. And we have, like, nobody else. That's it. Those are all of the defensemen we have on roster right now. And then forward-wise, I mean, of course, we had, like, the Henrique extension kick in. So people have gotten a tad bit more expensive. Let's see. So, Lindbergh is going to go. We traded. Of course, we got sent Silverberg, got him back. It was mainly for a pick, though. Derek Grant, you're gone. Who else do we have? Ben Street, you're gone. Kevin Roywa, whatever it is, you're gone. Who else do we have? Brian Gibbons, you are gone. Anybody else? Callie Casilla, you are gone. Sam Carrick, you are gone. Adam Cracknell, goodbye. Justin Kloos, goodbye. Antoine Morand, you're going to be signed, obviously. Hopefully I didn't just accidentally release someone I shouldn't have. That could have happened. Dimmadome, what's going on? Can we even afford them? Goaltending-wise, it's going to be close. Olsen, I'm going to let you go. Medium 9, I think we'll be all right. So, we could afford to bring back Ryan Miller. But that's going to be basically all of our free cap space. Why was that difficult to say? I don't know, but it was. Doesn't like to answer that. Wait, what? What's your day job? Oh, no, it's not that matter. I don't like to answer that. It's a totally legit job where I put in as much work as I'm supposed to, working with family, so that I have time to try and be consistent on YouTube and Twitch. I have an uncle who... I live 5 minutes from the Atlantic Ocean. I have an uncle who works on the water. I help with everything that's not actively going out on a boat, because look at me, I sink like a goddamn stone, and I don't want to drown. So, basic warehousing, bookkeeping, shit like that. It allows me to put a lot of work into this, thankfully. So... I'm not going to say it's the most legit job where I work, like some people do, where it's like, oh, I work a 9 to 5, and then I come home and I get 4 hours of sleep, and then I do this. I'm in a pretty fortunate spot, but it's not like I get to live luxuriously. I get to make enough money doing that to keep a roof over my head, pay for my internet, and keep a dog well-fed. That's about it. Can you trade John Gibson because I feel bad for him? No, he must suffer. Ryan Miller and Chad Johnson, though, will not be suffering because we need to see who's on the open market. So, yeah, we have 19 open contract spots and $6.9 million, basically. Oh, this is going to be a fun offseason. I didn't send Chase DeLeo an offer, and I'm not going to. He can leave, too. Goodbye, Chase. That's such a fitting job, considering where you live. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. Antoine Morand. I mean, when I say I live in a smaller town, that's true. When I say it's 5 minutes away from the ocean, that's true. If it's a brisk, fast-paced walk, I can see the ocean within 5 minutes. And yeah, it's a working-class tourist town. Just do sports betting. You need money to bet. And I'm not a big fan of wasting money on something that isn't confetti cannons. One of the stupid things I say that. I come from a family that loves wasting money. And you know what? I'll prove it to you. Give me 1 second. I'll prove it to you. And you know why? It's because not only do I love to waste money, as it turns out, my parents love to waste money too. Hold on. So my birthday is in 2 weeks? 24th, right? My birthday is in 2 weeks on the 24th. My mother got me a joke gift already. And just to show you what type of family I belong to, yeah. You know, one of these bad boys. That's the type of family I come from. We like wasting money on stupid shit. This doesn't fit well, by the way. At all. I do have cans of Palmer to put up here, though. So, you know, actually, I'll be right back. Hold on, we're committing to this. I'll be right back. Hold on. Let me get the Palmer. Boy. Yes. Oh boy, she gets me this and says, hey, you can make an ass out of yourself on the internet. And it's like, I do that all the time. Don't worry, Mom. All the time. Every night I make an ass out of myself on the internet. Don't worry. If you think I haven't used this for Palmer consumption yet, you are wrong. I was using it earlier. Wait, what? Why is this not working? Oh, I gotcha. Hold on. Hey, there we go. Just to make sure I don't drown. Gotta apply the old pinch there. Now, if this thing falls and lands to my right, all my electrical equipment's gonna be fried. So that's good. But, you know, I'm willing to commit. I do a great job of that already. I don't need any help. Basically. So, you know, we're gonna make this work. And at the very least, the next time I go to a Maine Mariners game or a Bruins game, I think I'm bringing this with me. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. We have fun here. I don't, because this one's not cooperating. Hey, there we go. And oh god, this is the most unnerving feeling in the world. Okay. My head's too fucking big for this. I'll show you that now, but head. Ha! Oh, that's a lot of Palmer. We have fun here. Anyway, let's continue onward with this off season. I don't need music. Hold on. There we go. That's a good beverage. That's a spicy meatball. Do we have anybody else with an expiring deal? No? We're good? Cool. To free agency we go. Drowns in this house instead of the ocean. It might happen. This hat is so fucking uncomfortable. You have no idea. How uncomfortable this thing is. There's no padding. It's just this plastic ass hat driving into my skull. It doesn't feel good, Redneck 24. Well, you know. My dad listens to Leonard Skinner more than any man should, so, you know. There is no like slow flow of Palmer. It is, if you're not careful, this thing will drown you. Do not use this in a bathtub. You will drown. You will. Oh god, I just wish I could put on the old headset. I should grab the earbuds so I can still listen to ye old Spotify. But that, you know, it's alright. I'm committing. So, free agent wise, what do we have with this team? You inherit that hat from Smitty Weberman Jansen? I didn't, but he was number one. He was. God damn it. Now you see why I'm not a hat person. Although this is, I mean, we're looking pretty good. So, for the old trade player, just gotta slap a Pats decal on there, right? So we have not much money to spend, 31 contracts. This is gonna be rough. Really gonna be rough. Anyway, hold on. It's not very it's not very practical. But yeah, that's the type of family we live in. Oh, You mean you wasted money on a confetti cannon? This is what my mom wastes money on, man. Come on, you're gonna be committed? As long as I can wear the hat. Like, as long as they, like, add a little bit of padding to the hat for my padded room, I'm golden. That's what you don't know. These walls, padded. 100%. You're my dad. And my dad, wait, your dad and my dad are one and the same because they both love Skinner. Did your dad used to have a sweet mullet? Can he grow a sweet mullet? Because the Lord knows my dad could. Braden Point is an RFA, as per usual, because Tampa literally cannot hold on to him. That's cool. First thing I thought of when you put that hat on was SpongeBob. Yeah, well, you know, that's the reference, I guess. Anyway, hey, Robin Leonard, got better. I don't know what the hell we're gonna do with this team, and it's very tough to focus because at all times I'm worried about like leaning too far to one side or the other. And this should, what the hell? Can we make this a meme? Can we do this? I don't know what am I doing right now. It's a solid lower back stretch though. Let me tell you. I'm feeling limber. Anyway, looking at the team again, so that's fine. This is the kind of quality content I chose to pay money for. I mean, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. Hold on, this is some good shit. Ah, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Anyway, at least you didn't spill the drink immediately like Ice Poseidon did. Well, you know. I only know who that is because of Deej. Does that surprise anybody? Alright. So above all else, we need a backup goalie. Above all else, we need a backup goalie. So, you know. This thing has nowhere to go if it's not in my mouth. It's just like, you know, grates up against my throat. It's terrible and I hate it. Anyway, hold on. God. You know how hard it is to not choke to death using this thing? Oh my god. It's great though. It is. It's great. Can I stop wearing this now? Have I made a big... Again, I make an ass out of myself constantly. Have I made a big enough ass out of myself yet? I think I have, right? This thing is... Oh, it's hurting my head. Ha! Right. I will show you. Warning, this is not a protective helmet. You don't say! You don't fucking say! Jesus. Took you to replace Don Cherry. Yes. I would. Okay, this is gonna spill everywhere. Ah! Oh god! It's going everywhere! Stop before you drown. I'm trying. I'm gonna have to go. Ah! Jesus, it's going everywhere! I'll be back! I gotta make a run to the sink. This is so awkward. Ah! Oh god, keep it away. Keep it away from the electrical. It's fucking... Oh god, it's spilling everywhere! God damn it. Probably should have grabbed the towel. Hold on. Probably should have grabbed the towel. I hit that light. It didn't fall. It's okay. Everything's fine. Don't worry. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Towel or dirty shirt? The best way to clean up drops of iced tea lemonade. Oh, God. All right. Well, that was an adventure. That was... Oh, Christ. Anyway. Oh, boy. Hold on. At least now I have extra Palmer. Streamer is alive. I am. Just minus one extremely hard hat. But, you know. Goodness. I'm gonna die because of this stuff, but that's okay. All right, we're good. We're good. Anyway, backup goalie. Backup goalie. We can do this. Maybe. I don't know. Trying to build this team. This took a weird turn. I blame tactics. Ian Scott is a free agent again. Probably gonna sign him. At least throw our name into the hat. Not the hat I was just wearing, but you know, the hat to try and sign him. You see, we have fun here. We have fun here. Who else could we sign? There's a ton of, not a ton, but there's a couple of medium fringe. Villalta's 20 and a 72. So we have what, 3 goalies signed already. Villalta would be 4. Nope, that's incorrect. Villalta would be 5 if we can get him. And I need to send an offer to a legit backup goalie. So, you know, let's see what we got. Best one would be Talbot. He's going to be a little bit expensive. Cam Ward, Anders Nilsson, Riddick, Forsberg, Montoya, and then Johnson. Right. Kincaid or Riddick? I brought in Riddick in Edmonton, so I don't want to do that this time out. Oh, God. Dig, congrats, at the very least, by the way. Alright. Who's it going to be? It's very weird to be drinking from an actual cup now. Just going to throw that out there. I might have to relearn that process. Keith Kincaid, you want to be a backup for a season? I think you do. I think you do. Let's see if we can bring in Keith Kincaid for the year. He'll be our backup, which isn't a great situation, but that's okay. Defensively, we're not going to be able to bring in any of the big names. We cannot afford it. But we can scout out for teams that were dumb enough to let go of top prospects, like Pierre-Olivier Joseph, because Arizona's dumb. And I'm going to make him pay for that. And then we have a couple of low 4s. Robin Salo and Vesterland. I don't really trust them to develop, though. Low 4s are really weird. And then forward-wise, Kapanen and Janssen. So no big prospects hit the open market as far as forwards are concerned. So that's okay. Canadian, take it easy. We'll catch you later. We will catch you later. What has this stream become? What has this stream become? I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore. Alright, who do we have on defense? Carlos as well. Take it easy, buddy. Alright, so we do need 2 third pairing defensemen. Larson might be good enough, but we need 2 third pairing defensemen and quite a few other defensemen. So let's see, what hasn't it become? Yeah, fair point. We've gotten to some weird points. That might have been the weirdest. But, you know, that's okay. That's alright. So, who wants to be third pairing for us this year that's not going to cost a boatload of money? Let's go down here a little bit. You are all far too expensive, and I'm going to wait for your prices to go down. Actually, that's just a general statement. I'm going to wait for all the prices to go down. Tactics 4K with that sweet prime sub. What a guy. Play both Kincaid and Keith at the same time. I think that's the dream, at least, isn't it? I'm not going to be able to get anybody I want here because we really don't have the cap space. So we're just going to wait. We're going to wait a couple of days. We're going to also set up the trade block to get some offers, but we're going to wait a couple of days. And we'll see what kind of offers, you know, who gets signed, what room we have to maybe swoop in and pick up somebody for cheap. Nice, Brett. Thank you for the follow as well. In your honor. There you go. There you go. The good stuff. I'd say that was the peak of the stream. Jack Bourne's iconic, though. Oh, God. There have been some weird spots. May or may not have made a new Amazon account for the Prime trial. What a guy. The effort. The effort. You went through more effort than I would have. Appreciate it, buddy. Oh, boy. The effort that most people wouldn't have put through or gone through. I can't talk. I'm still recovering. I think that hat cut off some circulation. And we're still in a weird spot. But we'll get through it. We'll get back on track eventually. Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. Actually, I gotta check something on the YouTube side. I'm waiting for someone to. Actually, hold on. I gotta check this. The old first Finland episode went up, and it's doing okay. It's doing better than I thought it would for for a video that was uploaded at 11 p.m. Eastern. It's doing better than I thought it would, so that's good. We have that going for us. That's nice. All right, Anaheim, you are the focus, though. You are the focus. I swear there's some Palmer on these glasses, which I'm not surprised. Half of a can spilled out on the floor to my left, so, you know, that's just, those are the kind of things that happen around here. Troy Terry for Siegenthaler in a fourth. Maybe. I do like Troy Terry, though. I gotta take these back off to put my glasses back on. I am a mess. Ugh, I am a problem. God damn it. You spilled the hat. Yeah, there was some spillage from the hat. But that's okay. It'll be fine. Troy Terry's high 9. Siegenthaler. I'm gonna keep Troy Terry. Thank you, Washington. But I'm gonna keep Troy Terry. Keith Kincaid, welcome to Anaheim. Matt Villalta, Pierre-Olivier Joseph, and Ian Scott. Everybody signed. Nice. Wish I could have seen the hat fiasco. It's been clipped. It's been clipped. It's still available to see. Hot Mess 24. Yeah, well, you know, I like a medium, more of a medium well mess, but, you know. Oh, God. The you think lukewarm mess is trademarked? Because that fits me to a T. Storming up dinner and didn't see it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Don't worry, the whole piece is the man. He got it. All right. Yikes. I still don't want to spend that much money on anybody here. So we're going to keep simming, because I am not going to overpay. Gooping mess. Now that's just disrespectful. Come on now. Jesus. I have self-esteem issues. Come on. A third for a third and Bortuzzo. Fuck no. Why would I just want to take Bortuzzo off your hands? You need to make it your goal in life to get the one and only Jack Porn autograph. I mean, well, let's be honest. You know, Nasher can get videos with, you know, current Columbus Blue Jackets, but if I get to make a video with Jack Porn, we're golden. That's a hockey player, by the way. For those who did not know, that's a hockey player. I'm not giving up a first-round pick for Tyler Bozak. I would rather lose an arm. Thank you. Reheated mess. That's about accurate. The leftovers. Oh, God. All right. Price is down. Finally. Okay, good. Finally. I don't want to bring back Delzaster. I really don't. This is not a good situation in terms of what our depth defense is going to look like. This is not good. Also, Matt Zuccarello is still the free agent, and so is Andreas Janssen. This is not good. This is not good. We are not going to find the help that we are looking for here, are we? Which isn't that surprising, I guess, but God, these bad contracts make it kind of difficult. Who would have thought? So goalie-wise, again, we'll have Gibson, Kincaid. The AHL will be Villalta and Scott. Boyle and Redmond will just be there for the hell of it. Defense is going to be Lindholm, Fowler, Montour, Manson. I don't really want Larson there. So we still need 2 other NHL caliber defensemen. And at least 3 other AHL defensemen. Let's see who we can find. There's got to be somebody. But I'm trying to save as much money as I can for the sake of trade offers. Because we might actually get a half-decent offer. Morrow and Olofsson are both looking for 1-year deals. Which sounds good to me. Morrow, let's go 1 by 1. And Olofsson, I know you're an RFA. Montreal's interested, but I mean, that's his team, so. Yeah, I'm not giving you 6 mil. Same thing, I'll offer a 1 by 1. And if that doesn't go through, Ruedel, Tim Heed, Chris Weidman, Patrick Nemeth. Let's go for Neither the two former Sharks. What's a real Anaheim move? Let's bring in Patrick Nemeth. Bring in a little bit of grit. Little bit of grit. Grey Dog, it's all good, buddy. Alright, so I need... what, 3 other AHL level defensemen? And I don't know who they're going to be. So that's good. We'll just go 2 ways here to keep it easy. Keep it simple. I don't know who it's going to be. Because I really don't want to bring in the medium 6 options. Roman Polak, Brad Hunt, Mackenzie Weegar. There's all of these medium top 6 options. But I don't really want to be committed to any of them. This is bad. This is bad. Alright, are there any... there aren't even going to be any interesting veterans. Are there? Like Milan Yurcina and Andre Benoit. That's about it. Tom Gilbert. Oh, God. Havoc, thank you for the follow. How bad do I want the AHL team to be next year? I think that's the problem, too. Okay. I wish we had won the Cup in year 1, because these contracts are making this very difficult. Very difficult. I'm going to try to sign the best players that we can, I suppose. So Brad Hunt, how would you like to be... how would you like to be on the team for a year? Nate Prosser. Also offer you a 1-year deal. And Prout, Fantenberg, Polak, Weegar, Gravel, Gryba, Ryan Murphy. It's gotta be Roman Polak, right? AHL stalwart. Sign him up. Get some grit for that AHL team. I have no idea how many forwards I need. No idea how many forwards I need, but I know it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be rough. Time to trade all the bad contracts. No, I'm committed to them. I refuse to deal them away. The AI has to come to me, otherwise it's too easy. So forward-wise, we have our 9, 10, 11, and 12. So NHL-wise, we're probably good. So it was 12 with Terry. Yeah, I'm gonna need to sign a couple of forwards, but I can wait at the very least. Give it a little bit of time. And we'll see what the free agent market's looking like. So Nemeth signs, Olofsson might not be able to. And he is staying in Montreal. Morrow signs, Polak, Prosser, Hunt. Max Jones and a second from Mark Giordano. You know, if I really wanted to go for it, I would take that. But I think I'd rather try to miss out on the playoffs this year and play younger guys. So we're gonna reject that. A first for Jason Demers and a third. No. No. Come on now. I need better offers than that. I need better offers than that. Let's see. So, defense, I think we're looking good. Goalie-wise, I know we're looking good. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6. And then down in the AHL, it's 3, 4, 5, and 6 with Joseph. Gotta believe. Thank you for the follow. You made me earn that one. So let's see. We have 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, I need 2 more forwards. I need 2 more forwards. And this roster will be fine. Maybe even 3. Just to make sure. Actually, the cap floor shouldn't be an issue. So we need 2 forwards. I have $6 million to spend. And we could spend it relatively well. We're not going to get Braden Point, obviously. Although. Ottawa's interested. I think Ottawa's going to get Braden Point again. What would it cost me to get Braden Point as an RFA for 1 year? How many draft picks would that be? We might be able to pull off a steal here. A first and a third for Braden Point. How much money do I have? 6 mil? It might not be the worst idea to just throw our name into the hat for Braden Point and see if we can make it happen. And then just fill out the roster with whoever else. I mean, I could try to bring in like a Jamie McGinn to fill out the roster. I think we gotta aim high here. I'm gonna see what we can do. A first and a third is fine by me. I don't think we'll be able to outbid Ottawa. That's still a first and a third. So how high up can we go? Let me just go check the guide there, because I can never remember for compensation. Oh, let's see. So it is 5.872. So I can offer him $5.8 million out of the $6 million we have left. Potentially get Braden Point for a first and a third round pick, which would be pretty beneficial. It would kind of complicate some other things. And our first round pick might end up being a good one, but we do have an extra first round pick. So it's kind of worth it when you watch the gameplay. You assume we're watching gameplay anytime soon. That would mean we're getting to a cup final. That ain't happening. Point has apparently stayed in Tampa. A fourth round pick for Schuster. No. Alright, third for Darren Hellman, a sixth. No, I'm good, thanks. Somehow Tampa was able to afford Braden Point, which makes me wonder why they just didn't sign him in the first place. Why didn't they sign him in the first place? Holy trades, by the way. Scandella for a second. Computer-generated goalie for Michael Stone, I should say. Lovejoy and Connaughton for a third. Those are the only three. I don't know how the Lightning could afford him, but apparently they did. I know Anton Strahlman's off their roster, but I still think they're in a cap crunch. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So anyway, we'll go back to our original goal. We'll try to sign 3 forwards. I might just wait until the start of the next season. See if Zuccarello's still there. His price has dropped significantly. And he wants a 1-year deal. That's, Matt's about 4.5 for 1 year. We'll look to deal you at the deadline. And Strahlman's relatively cheap too, but let's see if we can get Zuccarello. He might have just straight up rejected the offer, but no, he was off the list actually. Never mind, that's not true. Resident Evil tonight or later this week? Resident Evil tomorrow. We played last night. And that footage is up on the YouTubes now. Zuccarello goes to Calgary. You mean we're not an ideal destination? That's not good. Oh god, Strahlman's gone too. Alright, we'll just wait to fill out this roster soon. Let me sim the next season. We are not going to be good in Season 2. A heavy dependence on younger players developing is what we're looking at here. We'll see how it goes, though. We might be able to make it work, right? Anaheim might need the attention. Oh, they do. Mafia tonight? Indeed. Thinking we'll be switching relatively soon. Relatively soon. The hat kind of distracted from the progress we were making. Vancouver, it's not my fault that you re-signed Luke Schenn. Come on now. I'm not going to bail you out of that mess. You're the ones that signed Luke Schenn. You get to deal with the consequences. That's how it works. As we have arrived. So let's see. We're listed as contenders. That's a lie. The results have determined that's a lie. It's going to be Gibson, Kincaid. Then again, Villalta and Scott. Defense, it's Lindholm, Fowler, Montour, Manson. Larson is still not really ready to go. So I'm actually going to send him down. Do we have somebody else there? We don't. I think it's going to be Morrow and Nemeth as our third pairing, which is horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. But it's not really any worse than it was last year. Kind of distracted, somewhat distracted. Somewhat. Chop it down. What's going on? Welcome back. Let's see. We have 10, 11, 12. I want to send down Steele. Let him tear apart the AHL for one more season. And we'll see about this trio. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We got to send down 2 people. It is going to be either Rowney and Eves or Rowney and Kessler that get dropped. Oh boy. Eves did well in the playoffs, but I'm going to keep Kessler for the face-offs. So let's see what the squad's looking like for this year. Season 2, which we won't get to until later, but still. You can at least see how bad this team's going to be. Oh my god, EA! Stop it. Thank you. So, it is going to be pretty straightforward, actually. Shore's going to be up on that second line. So it is going to be Raquel, Getzlaf, Perry still. Who has better face-offs between Shore and Henrique? Henrique does. So Shore, Henrique, Kasha. I think Comtois can play center, right? Barely, but still. Richie, Comtois, Sprong, Jones, Kessler, and Troy Terry. Which isn't that horrible. I guess. all things considered, it's not that horrible. Again, that's always a relative term, right? It's always a relative term. But we're gonna have, I think we will still go with Lindholm, Manson, Fowler, Montour, and let's go with Morrow on that right-hand side. Goaltender Gibson, Kincaid, and the AHL. I need to sign some forwards, I'm quite sure. Let me double check. Team Duck Tank. That is perfect. That is perfect. Let me double check how many forwards we have in the minors. I want to make that team a little bit better for the prospects we still have down there. So it is 10. Alright, so I just need 2 players. Cool. 2 players, and then defensively we are good. So let's see who we can bring in. And if there's someone NHL caliber as a forward, we can easily drop somebody else. See who we have here. And there really isn't. So Stevenson, DeLeo, Barber, probably the best options. Stevenson wants a 2-year deal though, and yeah, it's not going to happen. But we can bring back Chase DeLeo for the year. He played last year with the team. And Barber, Riley Barber. Also bring him in for the season. And we should be okay. Quick and easy. So we have $8 million in cap space, which is nice. But we're still... How the hell do we have the Champions tag? That's just not right. I don't understand how that's possible. Barber and DeLeo sign. Let's get San Diego... I almost said Springfield for some reason. Let's get San Diego set up. And we'll see what we're looking like heading into our second season. Which, again, how this NHL team has the Champions tag, I don't know. It has to be because of Gibson. It's not that bad of a roster, but, you know. It's also not amazing. So the goalies are Villalta and Scott. Pick them up on the free agent market. The defense is pretty well set up. A distinct lack of righties, but that's okay. It's going to be Hunt, Larson, Mahura, Proster, Joseph with Polak. Protect the youngster, Roman. Protect the youngster. And Gazdic will not be in the lineup. Let's bring in Fiore. See if he can improve at all. Ben Thompson will not be in the lineup. We're going to bring in Sidorov. Looking to tag ever relies on as your starting goalie. Sounds about right, though. And then Trop. Former Portland Pirate, but I think he has to sit for Alex Dosty. And we're looking pretty good. I mean, having someone like Patrick Eaves there for them is going to help quite a bit. Is Carter Rowney a center? He is not. Is Sherwood a center? He is not. Dosty isn't either. Actually, it doesn't matter. Sidorov can play center. Cool. So we have Rowney over there. You over there. So it's going to be Sherwood, Eaves, Barber, and Rowney down that right-hand side. What do we have at center? 78, 80, 77... 80, 71. It's going to be Dosty who gets moved to center. So it's going to be Steele. Let's go Lundstrom over DeLeo, and then Dosty down the left-hand side. Moran, Kopakis, Sidorov, Fiore. So, I mean, we do have a couple of decent prospects. I mean, I expect to be calling up Sam Steele halfway through the season. I just want him to jump, to make that jump. Like right now, if you're offensively oriented, but you would be listed as a 4th liner, it has you listed as a depth option. So he could technically play 3rd line, but I'm going to have him start off in the AHL. Hopefully rip people to shreds. And we're looking okay. We are looking okay. Heading into that second season. Again, the champion status is still hilarious to me. The roster's okay. Like, it's not bad, but it's pretty rough. Do I really have to set up the trade block again? Jesus. How many times have I set up the trade block already? Shit's nuts. It resets every 2 minutes. It resets every 2 minutes. I just noticed I'm 15 subs away from 12K on the YouTubes. Holy hell. 12K. 12,000 people were dumb enough to hit that red button. Which led us to this moment today with the hat. So I guess it all works out, right? It all works out. Gibson goes down week 1. Team description changes to rebuilding. I should turn on injuries. For this one season, I should turn on injuries just to see if that were to happen. Or just send Gibson down to the minors really quickly and see if it changes. Which it probably would. I would expect it to. But it's all right. Yeah, I mean, he led us to the playoffs last year. If he can do it 2 years in a row, he is a miracle worker. But, I mean, it is John Gibson, so that sounds about right. We've taken away his biggest weakness, which is the injury issue. Although the defense in front of him is still questionable. Let's go with questionable. I think that sounds about right. All right, block is set. I know scouts are already set. I think we are good. Everything is established heading into our second season. Again, we made the playoffs, lost in the second round. This year, will we be back? Probably. Knowing how weird this game is. But when we return with this, we will take a look at starting lineups for every other team just to see how they've progressed. Captains are going to be, let's go with Larson, Eves, and let's go for one Sam Steele. Little Sam Steele. WWE seems like it's trying to force Charlotte into Becky and Ronda. I mean, that was always expected, though. Triple threat, dog. That's what was always expected. And that, I think, is how we're going to step away from this for the evening. We're going to make the playoffs next year, too.